The defence of our Shanghai Masters title could be all over today if we lose to the Wizard of Wishaw, John Higgins, or if we beat him, we go through to the quarterfinals. Hello there folks, and welcome back to the last 16 of the Shanghai Masters. It's part 16 of Season 4 of the Neil Robertson Pro career on Snooker 19, and we are finally poised for this now best of 7 match. It was best of 11, but the frames were shared in that first session of 4 frames. So we now have a best of 7. The first player to win 4 frames in this session and 6 frames in the match overall will be the man who moves into the last stage. A big gun will go out today. It's a brilliant match it has been so far. A very high quality affair, and hopefully that continues on into the second session, which is about to get underway now. If you did watch the previous episode, you will see that we did play this break-off. We did play the break-off for the 5th frame, as we tend to do anyway, because just to avoid any save issues. And at the start of the frame, we got a decent chance, but we've missed it. That's happened a few times in this match, you know. We've gone for a pot. We've been tight on the bulk cushion, and we've struggled to get it. But we don't give too much away, actually. I thought that might have been an opener to get us into the frame. It looks like John Higgins isn't going to do too much with that, to be honest. He might be able to have a sniff at this one red that's loose, and I think he does. But he's got to do quite a bit here to give himself an opportunity, but maybe he's going for the blue and trying to open up the reds. It's not the ideal angle on the blue to do that, but if anybody can, it's Higgins. And just a nice subtle clip off the reds, and I think you can see one. I think you can see the one that's closest to the black. I don't think the red next to him blocks that, and it doesn't, so what do I know? I think he's trying to go for it for a second time, but again, not quite the angle he was looking for on the blue. He's going to have to play this with some side, I think, to even get onto the red that's available, and he does that brilliantly. This is One Visit Snooker, and John Higgins starting off as he finished off the last episode, of course, winning the 4th frame. He did go 1-0 up, but we brought it back to a leading position of 2-1. And then after that, John Higgins won the final frame of the session to make it 2 each. But that's a fantastic pot on the blue. And the red on the edge of the pack does go into the corner pocket that the blue's just gone into. The blue seeming to be John Higgins' colour of choice. 4 reds, 4 blues. That's now 5 reds and 4 blues. And I think it's going to be another blue here. And again, just a nice subtle split of the reds, giving himself an opportunity on 2, if not 3, if not 4. Maybe even 5 reds. And again, the blue serving him well. 30. And just one poor shot. One pot that we didn't anticipate correctly. And John Higgins has got a frame-winning chance. And within a few minutes here, we could, for the second time, go behind. We are fighting to keep our Shanghai Masters title defence going.
38.
Be a great shame if we went out here, but it's been a good start to the season. I'm happy with how we're playing, but John Higgins has played brilliantly today. That's no excuse, though. We should be at John Higgins' level, which we have been in the first 4 frames, and it will just be the best player who wins today. No doubt about that. Good pot on the yellow, but does make things a bit tricky. So just a safety from John here. Is that safety going to work? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one. That was a strange shot. I mean, the crowd applaud, but there are a few half chances here, and obviously they're half chances that I want to take on. And it's there. And that could be a big opportunity miss for John Higgins. Looking at how the reds are set up now, this could be a big opportunity for us. It's one of those frames you might look back at if we can take this opportunity and say, well, that was a game changer. Equally, if we don't take this opportunity, it could also be a game changer. That black will go. Looking to get back on the black here, that would help us out.
This is tough.
Beautiful pot.
But I'm really surprised John did play the safety. Maybe he just got his position wrong. I don't quite think he did. But maybe he just got his position wrong. That black should go. I don't know whether to risk it or not. I think I am going to go for the blue here. Just on the off chance we've misread it. And, you know, it could be a big price that we pay if we have misread that black. We know we're good at potting the blue. It's there, and we just make sure of it.
9.
Problem is, there's no long-term solution, if you like, for that. That red's going to probably be the last one we aim to go for.
10.
So we might have to play blues. The black might well go, but you just get into your head sometimes that there could be a potential miss, and you know, if you get that in your head and it does happen, then it can have quite a psychological effect, I think. Playing the blue and trying to move the pink out of the way to make our positioning a little bit better,
15.
which it certainly has. Just checking this red definitely does go, which it does. Giving ourselves the option here of whichever ball is positioned better here, either for the blue or the pink. We can take either or on. I think the pink is probably best from a positional point of view.
16.
But let's see. Yeah, I think we're a bit too straight on the blue, if anything. But, no. I think we'll pick the blue. Obviously needed to play with side because of that angle. We played that quite a bit harder than we wanted to, but still it's okay. Just closing the curtain there, so apologies for
21.
any sound you might have heard. We've had to work hard for this mini break. It's only been a break of 21. It'll soon be 22 as soon as this ball drops into the pocket. We've had to work hard for this. So it is definitely a frame-winning chance. Just got to make the most of it here.
29.
Try and pop one of these into the middle pocket. Not ideal, as it will move the other red, I think.
Playing for the middle pocket. In it goes.
And it's there.
Oh,
Are we going to fluke both of them? Well, there you go. That's a
31.
strange pot if you've ever seen one. Doesn't help us out particularly from a chasing point of view. It gives us less points to go for, but
Now, can he drop
if we play the
this
pink
into
at the right
corner?
pace and pot it, we should be okay for this red on the cushion. Obviously, we weren't necessarily planning to position ourselves for this red afterwards. There was another red still on, but, well, this seems to have worked out okay for us.
He just wants this to drop gently into the pocket.
Good pot on the red, and now onto the colours.
38.
This, as I said, could be a good chance. Most definitely.
Take the lead here.
That's a great
So we could take the lead back for the second time.
Wonderful
I
pot.
think this is definitely,
Well, a big
at the
turnover
start of the
this
session,
frame.
a big swing
It's
frame.
been a good comeback.
superb.
And it's been a
comeback.
good comeback so
Question
far,
is,
as
can he
Neil
close it
Fold
out
correctly
before
points
finding his
out.
way back into the frame?
Not exactly perfect on this green, though. This could be a bit of a problem.
Extremely well here.
Not too confident with this, but it's just the sort of pot we have to take on. But it's there. No need to be afraid about that one. Bang on. The position's bang on as well. So just brown and blue needed. And we go back ahead. And I feel like this could be, as I've said prior, this could be just one of those swing frames.
Important pot here.
So just the blue needed. And it's there.
Great cueing.
Great shot.
That
John
should
Higgins
be
got in
no
first.
back into this frame for his opponent.
Positioned himself awkwardly.
58.
Didn't quite do it. You know, it's been something that we've struggled with a little.
He's lining this
A
up
few
into
times,
the
and it
right
seems
middle
that
pocket.
it's not just us who struggle, but a cracking clearance given the position we were in.
64.
Not one really bad shot, to be honest, and a clearance, it looks like it's going to be of 71, wins us the fifth frame and puts us back ahead
Complete
in this
a
Shanghai
brilliant
Masters
clearance.
match.
Very impressive.
71. And the frame, Neil Robertson.
Well played to take that frame.
Thank you. The sixth frame, Neil Robertson to break.
So this is now a chance to build some positive momentum, you have to say. And it's us with a break-off. We usually play a pretty good break-off, get ourselves fairly safe. Looks like those two balls have gone back into the pack. Not quite the angle to sneak in behind the brown, but a good shot nonetheless. I'm happy with that. Just a thin cut from John Higgins. Wouldn't expect anything that's spectacular from him in terms of being too dangerous at this early point. I think, you know, it's not necessarily a must-win frame for John, but this is one of those matches that's been tight. It's gone 1-0, 1-1. 2-1, 2-2. And then for the second time, we've just took the lead at 3-2. So it's one of those where you've got to keep in touch, or else you can have a problem. But that's a good shot from John Higgins. It very nearly backfired by the cue ball going into the corner pocket. This has hopefully got the legs on it to be just behind the yellow. It's not quite. It's very close. I think it would have hit the yellow anyway, so not quite the shot we were desiring there. And if John Higgins can pot this, which he has, he gets in again first.
1. 8.
It's very different to that first session. The first session, I think every frame, I think at least 3 of the frames anyway, we got in first. But John Higgins, both of these occasions, has got in first here.
Required for this shot.
9.
Interesting arrangement to reds here. I think he just tried to push them a bit and try and bring 1 or 2 more into play. Amazingly, he's playing this one to the middle pocket. I'd have expected the AI in particular to go for the one on the cushion. I'd have probably played the one to the middle pocket, but I wasn't expecting John to go for that. So I don't know where he goes from here. Does he go for the... He's got to go for the blue, yeah. And again, it's going to be a safety, I think, unless you can see a plant in there. Oh, well, you could just see that red. That is a stroke of luck being able to see that, but it was unpredictable position. However, he's okay on the black, so I feel like he's flirting a bit here with losing position, and that's exactly what's happened. He's played a very good safety there, though. Or has he? Or has he? I think he has, but he's got away with it a little, I feel. Oh, this is tricky now. However, we do know that at least, as long as this red that we're going for here doesn't go over the pocket, that we have got safety ourselves, because, of course, John will have the same issue as we had for getting a chance and seeing something that will go to the corner pocket. But maybe this does. No, it doesn't. I didn't think so. So he's just opened things up a little bit, and that touch on the green might well be fatal. Is this going to follow the same structure of the previous frame? We get a chance and we punish him. Big swing frame here, as I said earlier. Good first pot on the red. There's a long way to go if we're going to win this frame. But it's one of them that could be a massive swing frame in the context of the match.
Well, no surprises here with the long pot attempt.
And for viewers of my Tour de France content, that was the... no, it wasn't my Tour de France content. Ignore that. It was one of my music videos I did on a few days ago. I was trying to say context, but I couldn't. The word didn't come to me. I kept saying concept, but I kept saying the concept of the album. I meant context, and it's just come to me that. But I thought it was in the Tour de France video, so ignore me.
7.
I guess some of you might watch the music content round here, though. And a bit of a shameless plug for that. If you are interested in music content, I have got a music channel, and it's easily identifiable. TIJ Music rather than TIJ Gaming. But that is a poor shot, as we're rambling about the music channel. That's not the best shot, but we do have a get out of jail free here.
He's looking to pop this into the left corner pocket.
That's okay. As I said, a real get out of jail free.
13.
But one positional faux pas can turn into a bit of a disaster. So we've just got to make sure that it indeed doesn't.
To the left corner here.
And I haven't said this for a while, but a yellow is better than a smacked face or a smacked bottom.
15.
Or any other bad situation I suppose you could conjure up in life.
Taking it on to the left corner.
But a good pot there.
16.
Not exactly perfect on the pink. That's why I'm going to go for the blue. The blue on its spot, it's a shot we go for regularly, so got confidence this should be okay. And it is.
That's okay, I think. Not ideal, though.
I'm just worried about position, actually. I don't know whether we have got that position. I don't think we have, you know. I don't think we have. No, that's not going to go. Have we made a very expensive cock-up? I think we have. Does this red just go to the corner of that pocket? Oh, I feel like it's going to hit the red, but you know what? I don't think there's much else we can do. Yep, Thought so. I thought so. And that could be an expensive mistake.
Neil Robertson, 21.
Again, just in the commentary, just going off topic, and we've suffered for it. Should have done better there. Should have just checked out the position, made sure we were okay.
Doesn't want to overhit this.
Because if we were to win it there, it would have been massive. Black's off limits, so pink or blue to go for here, which makes this a little bit awkward actually. So we might still get a chance.
He's lining this one up to the.
He's going for the pink. Oh, he's hit the blue. I'll tell you what, he has got away with that there. If he hadn't have hit the blue, he'd have been in no position. But this is a tricky shot. Good shot, good pot.
8.
But his position is a bit limited here. And, well, John having to play a safety. Just a very, I'd say an attacking safety. Just trying to
15.
see what he can do. And you know what? This is a really tricky shot. But if it pays off, we could be quids in. Oh, what a pot. Wow.
1.
As I said, it was one of those that if we'd have potted it, we'd have been quids in. And my God, we are now. Lucky break, possibly. John being out of position.
5.
You make your own luck, I think, in this game. Ultimately, we weren't great there, but
He's going for the left corner.
you know, neither was John. So, as I said, you make your own luck.
Top shot, that is.
But it's not all over yet. We can't get on our high horse and start getting all cocky. Because it ain't all over yet. Try and split these two reds up. It's a risky strategy. Because there's no plan B. And we might be okay here if we can see that red to the middle. And we can. But this again is, well, a horrible
Not
shot.
an easy one, but a half chance.
But it's dropped. Cracking pot. Wasn't really too worried about position. I think we will get it somehow. Yeah, I think we just about have got it on the yellow. I don't really want to take any silly risks here, so I just want to get as finely poised as possible. But I don't know whether it's worth trying to just play a safety here. Could be a big risk if this goes wrong, but I feel like by that pink is a big target.
This is an attempt to drop the cue ball in behind the pink.
See, Neil Foles knows what we're on about, but that was a disaster. We played that way too hard. And as I said, you know, it's a risky one and
The result he's looking for at all.
could be a shocker if it doesn't come off, and I think that's going to be the case. The most topsy-turvy frame so far,
Tricky
and
pot.
I'd be very surprised if John Higgins didn't take this chance now. Really would be. He's not going to miss that from there, is he? No.
What a wonderful pot.
That's frustrating.
Look at that
Really is.
positional shot. Superb.
Feel like we've given that away
1,
far too
8,
cheaply.
9.
Shouldn't have really tried to get it behind that pink. You know, should have played. Well, yeah. No
Just the
comment
colours
there.
left now.
That's so frustrating.
14.
But it's not all over yet. John's got his position wrong on the pink.
John Higgins,
Sorry, on the green.
14.
Tell you what, that's a cracking shot from him. Really is. So, the aim is hit this as thin as possible. Hopefully avoid the pink on the cushion. Which we don't. Not been our frame, has it? It has not been our frame.
Not what he intended at all. He'll be annoyed with that.
Not been our frame. We need to do a lot better next time out. You know, that after all the hard work we put in frame 5, frame 6 has very much been one to forget. And John Higgins brings it back to 3 each. That's frustrating, really is. And from a best of 11, it was a best of 9.
John Higgins.
Then to a best of 7. And now we have a best of 5.
Well played.
That was a chance to
7th frame. John
strengthen the
Higgins
lead.
to break.
and pull away from John, and that's frustrating. But I'll tell you what, that's an aggressive safety, really is, and I don't think it's worked for him. A lot of pressure on this pot, though. Again, obviously, if we miss this, the risk is huge. Not going to make the same mistake twice, though, in today's episode. And a good pot to get us started. Can we now take advantage from that?
Good cueing required here.
Need a strong shot. The pot's good and the position's good as well.
6.
But well, it's a nice problem to have, I suppose, but it is very tough when all the reds are opened up like this. No idea why John played it like that.
7.
And I think he's just misjudged the break-off, to be brutally honest. And it makes our job very awkward now. Very, very awkward. Neither of those go. I think we're not just try and bring this off the cushion. Not easy though. Might be okay from there.
For the red.
13.
That is a good shot actually. I quite like that. But I think we're going to not play that one because I think this one's the middle pocket. Just makes us a lot freer.
He's lining this one up to the middle
Obviously, if we
pocket.
play that one to the corner pocket, we've got a much higher chance of colliding with a red and giving ourselves a real problem.
14.
Whereas playing the blue, I always think gives you a bit more freedom. Very topsy-turvy game this. Again, don't want to cast any illusions too early in this frame. It looks like it could well
19.
follow the pattern we've been following since frame number 2 now. Come off the cushion. Yeah, that's just about enough. Could have done with a bit more, but you know, it's okay as we stand. Again, just making sure we do get in that correct area positionally.
Aiming for the centre pocket here. No issues there.
As I say, it's very tough. It's a nice problem to have, as I've also said. But it's never particularly nice when the reds are situated like this. I don't like that particularly.
27.
Although it's not as bad as I initially thought, so that's okay. But I'm looking at the red nearest to the pink for a middle pocket pot, so just trying to avoid that red and then get as straight as possible as we can on it. Got to pot the pink though first. That's crucial to this venture, and the pink is there, and that's not terrible. It's not ideal, but it's nowhere near really as straight as I'd have liked. In fact, it's completely way off straight. Makes this a pretty big shot, and if we to pot this and get position, we'll have done a mighty job.
He's tempted by this red.
Well, no, pretty quickly. Does help if you hit it at the right pace, though, and that is an absolute shocker. Hit that at the right pace, and it would have been potted.
Neil Robertson, 30.
But just the cracks starting to appear in our game that have appeared for a long time now.
I can't see any problems here.
It's the nearly man.
1.
It really is. We're just seem to be the nearly man all the time.
It's half
We're
a
getting
chance,
close
but
and then
chance
just
nonetheless.
faltering, and it's really disappointing to see.
Foul. John Higgins.
But that's not ideal for Higgins.
Robertson.
Not at all.
He's playing on from this position.
Not at all. But, well, to some extent he gets away with that. Not left a lot on. That does help us out, though, of course, in terms of playing a safety shot. But again, that's a stinker. We're just not playing these shots and being considerate about it. And this
Well,
is,
it goes.
if John
Half a
Higgins
chance
can
here.
take the lead in this frame, it's a big swing frame. Considering we could have been 4-2 up to now potentially being 4-3 down, I feel like it could be something in our mind that haunts us a little bit.
6.
I'll tell you what, John Higgins isn't playing with the fluidity that he has done. Definitely not, but a good pot on the red there suggests that he's not looking too bad.
12.
It is big, this. Pressure on John, but if he does win this frame, then it's pressure on us massively.
19.
Giving away that lead and, well, surrendering the lead altogether. Never mind being in an opposite position in terms of being in a drawing position at 3 each, but actually being behind. But look at this. This is a chance. Again, neither player really playing with the fluidity that we had from the start. Maybe we shouldn't expect to see that from both players throughout the match. There's going to be cracks. Perhaps we expect a bit too much of ourselves. I don't know. But I just feel like there have been chances here where we have made mistakes and really we shouldn't have. I've got a decent cushion though here. Of 16 points. That now being 17 points with 43 on the table. But until the frame's over, there's absolutely no cushion at all. So I'd love to play the black here, but I feel like our best option is to play a safety shot.
With the correct pace is very important.
No chance for pot on if we get this wrong, but he will be able to see them. I think he will. Yeah, he will, but you know,
no, not the result he was looking for.
It's on the cushion, I guess, the cue ball is, so it makes this a little bit awkward. How do those end up? Not like Higgins would have wanted at all. So, wasn't the best safety shot from us, but as you can see, the safety shot was definitely the right thing to do. This is a thin pot. Just got to hope we get it right, and we have done. And this should now be a good chance to go and win the frame. Get the colour and get the red. That'll put us, what, 25 ahead. So we can get colour now, the pink here, then the red, and then the next colour, which will be the black. Well, should be home and dry and back ahead again. But, you know, it just makes you think. I guess I know it's the whole opportunity missed and things have happened now, but it does just make me think. I think, well, you know, it could have been 5-2. Could have been 5-2 and we could have been nearly home and dry. But as I've said, there's no point worrying about that. 27 ahead. Tough, yet a tough blue here, but we want to get onto the yellow, but no worries there as we pop the blue and we are nicely on the yellow.
That should be it. No real way for his opponent to win the frame now.
We might as well play this with some pace, see what we can do to develop that green ball. And that's not developed too badly. It'll still be a tricky pot, but it should be frame over now. And that, however it ended that frame, it was going to be a big swing frame.
And he's going for it.
In terms of the momentum of the match. And that is a cracking shot from there. That just gives me a little bit of confidence that we're not as bad as we're, than I'm, certainly as I'm portraying.
He's looking to pop this into the right corner.
Playing with a lot of backspin here just to get in position for the blue. Flirting with that corner pocket, but it's just about okay. A few percent more on it could have been a real issue.
Potter, and he's taking this on.
But it's there, and John Higgins isn't going to be a happy man. I thought it might have been us that was going to be unhappy, but
27.
It is 1-4 in this session. And we're halfway there. If we can win another 2, we are through to the last 8. But it's been a real challenge against John Higgins so far. It's still very close between the two players. As I said, if we'd have not played so many silly shots in the last frame, we could be 5-2 up now with a real comfortable gap, only needing one of the next 4. But in the situation we're in, it's not terrible. We lead once again. It's 4 frames to 3.
That's the frame in the bag.
And I suppose, like the frame before this, when it was 3-2 to us, this is a big frame. This really is a big frame. Can we right the wrongs of frame number 6 and finally develop a 2-frame lead? Or is John Higgins going to take this to a best of 3? Based off that break-off shot, Higgins is going to have a tricky time not leaving us a chance. That was a cracking shot. Pretty much bob on in between the 3 balls there. And I'll tell you what, that is about as good as he could have hoped for. That's about as good as he could have hoped for, Higgins.
That's a really good escape and a great result.
But we're going to take on the pot. Don't think there's much risk of that. And it's a lovely shot. Really is.
He's fortunate there. 1.
But I think it is just, I'd say, just probably safety time here. I can't see us developing the reds. And yes, we could get some points off the black possibly, but let's try and get the cue ball back where it was. Be a great shot if it was. I don't think he's got the comfort of having a red he can go for if it's back here. And again, a fantastic shot. He should be snookered again. And he's got to go into the pack this time. He's got no choice. And he's missed them. So that'll help. 7 points for hitting the black.
Not really the result he was after.
Foul and a miss.
Every little helps.
7.
And he might have a few attempts at this. The next one might be alright. He's trying to come off. I think he's trying to come off the pack thin. But once again, another 7 points for us.
Neil Robertson.
We'll let him take it again.
Well, he's asked his opponent to play again.
He can't see these reds, so the free miss rule doesn't apply. Again, another 7 points. Not going to complain. We'll take them. He's just trying to come off the pack thin. I would just try, if it's possible, to just play very softly onto the pack. And then effectively we've got to play away from the reds. Best situation really for John is touching ball. But that's now four times and 28 points. Again, as much as we can, we'll let him play this.
Foul and a miss.
You know, I don't see how it's unsportsmanlike. We got him in this position, and we seem to be benefiting from it massively. He hits the black for a 5th time. He's not changing how he sets this up. He's got to go for something different. Maybe off the other cushion, I don't know. But, you know, this is just the same shot. But there you go, finally, he hits a red. On the, I think, the 5th time of asking. So it's down to us to play another safety here. We might inadvertently, you know, pot this red. It's not too far off, but all jokes aside, we need this to run. It's okay because it's a little bit too close to the cushion, I think, for him to seriously take a pot on. But could have been a dangerous one. It's a bit of a get agile free for him. Not going to be for us, though. He gets that safe nicely.
He'll want to get this cue ball close to the cushion.
So knocking a few reds about, but we needed that to get some pace on the cue ball. And I think the only one he can comfortably go for now is the one that is near to the centre pocket.
No more than half a chance.
Is he going for the pot here? Well, he is, but that seems a bit rash.
Close, but he's
Missed it. Not given too much away. He has left the pot on. Oh, he has just about, I think, left the pot on. The shot that he missed. But this is a risk. This might not go in. Should be okay, though. Right to the middle of the pocket.
What a top pot
We'll take that. It's just going to be one of those topsy-turvy frames, though, I think, here. Just one of those that doesn't really get kicked off, because I don't think we can make too much of this chance. We'll give ourselves a chance by playing that shot there, but I think it's just going to have to be probably a safety. There's certainly maybe a half chance on a red here. I think it's worth looking at. And I think if we are going to go for this, we've got to commit to it. So, risky shot. Red's there. And after all that, we only split one red, but we believe it'll bulk, which could be to our advantage or maybe our disadvantage if we decide to play a safety shot at any point. But yellow is the colour. Again. Not quite blue is the colour, is it?
Just wants to sink this into the left corner pocket.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Are we going to get away with this? No, we're not. And you know what? We don't deserve to. We don't deserve to get away with that sort of mistake. That was a sitter of a pot most time, and as I've said, that red up bulk could come back to haunt us.
It needs to be played at the right pace.
If we'd have played well, this could have been the frame-winning break in this match, but you know, it's just not happening for us. We don't seem to be hooking it up. You know, we're having to do it the scrappy way, and we're not particularly great at that. So really, I think now it's just all about getting through this match. I don't think we'll get another chance in this frame, but based off that position, it's going to have to be a good shot from below the blue to line himself up for a red. If he was above the blue, he could go for position, but this is going to be a tough pot from here. Not one that he's definitely going to miss, but a brave one to take on, but a cracking pot nonetheless.
15.
Excellent shot. So he goes for the yellow. Got the yellow. I don't think there's anything on here, so just a safety from John. So we will get at least another shot in this frame. And again, hopefully a bit of get out of jail free. I know you haven't got to go to the table and win in one visit every time, or else you'd just be striving for perfection, and you'd be #1 in the world with no opponents. But what I'm saying is, I think the chances we are getting, we've got to take them a lot better than how we are. Take advantage of them a lot further than we are now. But good shot from Higgins there. I think we played that a bit thick. I think we have played that a bit thick, and I think we're going to leave it on. Or, I think the brown might just cover us, might save our day.
This is developing.
Yeah, it does. Lucky us, eh? Breathe a sigh of relief over that one. And now the pink is playing into John's hands. I think we can get thin enough on this to avoid hitting the jaw. Oh, well, that was, again, as I've said, too many silly shots. Brainless shots. I think we're going to be all right here.
The rest makes this
Oh, there is a half chance, but he's way off with that. I mean, how many get out of jail free cards can you get at one time? I feel like it's worth a half chance here. And it's there. It was just worth a half. It was just worth a half shout. And a bit of frustration comes into your game sometimes, and that's the effect it can have. If that misses, obviously, then you know it's a really bad shot. But it seems there it didn't work out too badly. So blue there. That is not bad. That's not bad. We just have to play that at pace and see what happened. Just not got much room for manoeuvre here. I think this one to the middle is probably our best chance of a pot. And it's there. Not perfect on the blue, but this now turns into a decent chance, actually. We've got a 30-point buffer. There's 6 reds left on the table, so 75 left. So it's by no means over, but if this can be a good sufficient break, then this will be frame over, and I think a massive frame in the context of the match if we can win this. Really massive.
He's playing for the right corner here.
Give it a bit more angle. I think we should be okay at that. And it's there. Didn't want to interrupt that pack. That's quite all right how it is. I feel like this is a good chance to play a snooker though from here. Really is. It's just one of those that you'd be stupid not to take.
For the snooker behind the pink ball.
Again, it's just one of those you have to take from there.
Great shot.
And he might get out of this successfully, but again, it's just one of those. I think you have to play it. And as you can see, it was worth us going for it because now every single red is into a potable position, whereas before it was a little bit tricky. John just helps us out a little bit there. Again, completing the rules of the game. Does give a bit of a hint with the game being snooker, but 75 points at the table quickly reduces to 59 at the table. Our lead now goes to 44 points. With this blue after the red, it will be 50. Oh, man. Oh, man. What is happening to us? We are so inconsistent, it's painful. And I think that is the biggest chance that we haven't took. And our play just isn't good enough. It really isn't. No, we don't deserve to win this frame. Based on that, a chance that any top 16, I think in fact any top 32 player would take and clear up from. And this is the sort of play that's been holding our game back. We have had chance to win every single frame of today's play so far. And, well, this one, that's an absolute shocker. Really is. 5-3 up and we start to look a lot more comfortable.
14.
Now, I think that, okay, it's not all over, but chances are it's going to be 4 each. And another head scratcher as to how we let that frame slip away.
20.
Not the easiest pot on the red, but I think you'll get this. It's a crucial one, but it's there. It's dropped.
21.
What's he going for here? A strange shot there. Okay. Not exactly sure what he's tried there. Really not. But whatever he's tried, it hasn't quite paid off. So I'm going to try and get the snooker in behind the pink ball. which we have done. I've got absolutely no idea what he's played there.
Snooker. Well
He's let
played.
us back in, he really has. Yes, he's hit the yellow, fair enough, but, well, he's left this in a possible position. That is, you know, I'm scratching my head quite a lot today, but that's a massive head scratcher.
To the right middle.
Tell you what, that yellow only just dropped.
Wonderful
That
play.
yellow only
Outstanding
just
effort.
dropped, and I feel like,
2.
you know, John Higgins
Just this green required.
doesn't want to win this match either.
No issues there.
Both of us making that amount of cock-ups, it's unbelievable. It was pretty much pristine in the first session. Sublime snooker with no issues. And this session, whilst there have been
9.
sniffs of that and little showcases of
No, what a
cracking
prolific
play,
long potter he is, so I'd
it's not
assume he
quite
played
been
this
like
one.
that. And both players have struggled. But it's us who are on top now.
Fantastic cueing. He's
We
not
lead
gonna
this
be
session by 3 frames to 1. It's not a
Looking
best of
very
3.
sharp at the moment.
I suppose it technically is, but if we can win one of the next 3 frames, we are through. For some reason, I've had a brain fade there and thought it was the blue we were playing next, but it really doesn't matter. If we are in a final frame decider, though, and it does go down to the black, we need to bear that one in mind. We'll try the black, though, even still, and it's a good pot from there, and we open up a 2-frame lead against John Higgins, deserved or not. We win the frame, and we're 1 frame away now from going through to the next round. But we mustn't see the winning line too early here. That is absolutely crucial that we don't see the winning line too early. It's very realistic to say that John Higgins could very much go and
Here.
win the next 3 frames without us having a sniff, to be honest. And he might well have the first chance in this frame. We played that far too thick at a pace that was far too less.
Not played
And
that
as a
well.
result,
Tough
John
shot,
Higgins,
but
I
he
think
could
he's
have
going to
played
get
it
the
better.
first chance of frame 9 here. But if we are to win this frame and walk out of this 6-3, I think John Higgins would be bitterly unlucky. Not in terms of losing, but I think in terms of the scoreline. A 6-3 scoreline would not reflect how this match has been.
8.
Let's see what he can make of this. Our last match against John Higgins, he won fairly convincingly. Please don't tell me the game's crashed. Oh, no, we're okay. I was panicking then. Because John was just standing there with that smile and it wasn't changing. I mean, that's the same for usual anyway, but yeah, I was a bit worried. But all is okay.
We'll want this to drop into the centre pocket.
But as I was saying, our last match against John, he won convincingly. That note is not the best play from someone who's looking to
5.
He looks
win every
to be
single
playing
frame
on
to
here.
keep in the Shanghai Masters. Just saying. So just playing a very reserved safety there. Not trying to make much happen, just getting the cue ball safe. And that's the most important thing above any other objective, i.e. playing snookers, etc. But our second to last match against John was the Daffabet Masters semi-final. And that went down to a decider. So, it was of course a decider that I don't need to tell you that, if you watched the previous episode anyway, that John Higgins went on and won. So, the recent history in this fixture goes towards John Higgins. It'd be great to break that duck against the Wizard. And we have got a good chance, just got to get it over the line. Maybe the winner of this safety battle will prove crucial. And there is a sniff. It's a real sniff at a pot, but if we're going to go for this, we've got to be in it to win it and nothing else.
Safety battle.
Got to go for it. And we have done, and that is an absolute disaster. What on earth happened there? We completely misjudged that.
Well, not the best.
I
save
thought
there.
that went. Obviously it didn't. And the pace we played that at, it's opened everything up completely, and that, again, just adds to how we've played today. It's strange because I don't feel like I've played too aggressively, but there are shots that I've just thought afterwards, I've thought, it's you know, that was poor.
6. John Higgins. 6.
But would you believe that? Would you believe that? As I said, both players, I feel like it's definitely something that happens in snooker, certainly in real life. if one player's playing well, the other one can benefit from that. But if one player starts playing poorly, then it can also affect your opponent. And that's exactly what's happening, I think, for both of us here. We're not playing well, so John's not playing well. When John's not playing well, we are affected by that as well. This is quite a shock, I have to say. I thought that was pretty much all over, that frame.
7.
And now all of a sudden, we have a very real chance of securing this match. As I said, with a scoreline that flatters us massively. Really does. But this isn't easy. Really isn't easy from there. I don't like playing with side, I really don't. Not in this occasion, so... Suppose we just try and get position on the one to the opposite corner. Maybe aiming at this one ball isn't what we should be doing.
Well, you can't question his cue power after that shot.
And with the black out of position, it does make it that bit more awkward again.
13.
Good shot. Again, let's just get some momentum under our belts. Pot some balls, get into it, and the rest should just come naturally, I think.
18.
Let's get the black back on its spot. Just check we can. Because that would be an increasing line of cock-ups we've made. But as you can see, that black's not going to go back on its spot.
19.
So, blue it is again. Blue is the colour. I suppose Robbo is a Chelsea fan, so I can get away with singing it here. I'm a Liverpool fan, so that would be despicable of me to sing it anywhere else.
Strike the cue ball very true here. Anything looks possible when he's cueing this well.
Played that a bit hard, so
24.
makes the positioning that little bit tougher. But you know what? I think we commit to this and try and split these reds. Reds there.
He'll be unlucky if he's not anything.
And we have split them up fairly nicely, you have to say. Although on second thoughts, it's not that great. John Higgins always smiling, which always makes me laugh in this game. Yeah, we're gonna need a good positional shot here. A lot of power needs to get on one of these reds comfortably. I think we have got enough to do that. We've played a great shot there
27.
to get on this red. But we are, if anything, falling over the line, tripping over the line here. We're not doing it in a very convincing manner. And because we are pretty much right on the cushion, it does make the positional that bit harder here. Tricky pot from here, but it's there. Pick that one out. And if we just keep potting the reds, getting the position for the colours, we should be okay. It's only a slender lead of 15, but that can grow, as I've said. Not particularly happy with that position.
34.
Not great. Interesting. That red will get to the middle pocket. I think it's probably our best chance at the moment.
Well, he's looking at potting this into the right corner pocket.
Need the position to be right.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's okay.
He really looks in fine form at the moment.
So pot this to the middle pocket. Puts us that bit closer.
Drop this into the middle pocket.
Give us a 22-point lead with 51 on the table.
40.
The pink will give us a 28-point lead with 51 on the table. And if we can pot this one on the cushion, then we get very close to victory. That looks good. Don't want it to bounce too much off the cushion.
46.
But that's just about the limit, to be honest, there. Not a shot I'm really comfortable with, but I think we just have to focus on the pot rather than any positional requirements. But we've missed that. We've missed it. As I said, it was going to be a tricky one.
Robertson, 46.
And we've missed that. So, John Higgins gets another shot. He gets another chance. But he ain't going to get any pot from there. So, he's 22 behind. There's 43 left on the table. Again, a little bit harder than I think we'd wanted here. Can we get this over the line?
Safety.
John Higgins, 6.
Where's that cue ball going? It's not going to be bad, I don't think. It isn't going to be bad. This needs to run. And that was a bit unorthodox, but I think it might just, or maybe might not have worked. He can just about see that red. I tell you what, we're unlucky, but it's not in a potable position. He's hit the jaw, and he's given us, the slimmest of half chances. But I think in the position we're in, it's worth going for. The reward absolutely outweighs the risk. This is a big pot. And it's there. Excellent shot. I don't know what the points permutation is now. 23 ahead. These pinks puts us 29 ahead. Try and develop this red. So that puts us 29 ahead with 35 remaining. And that red's not quite developed, unfortunately, the way we'd have liked to have seen. So we'll just try and play safety off this. Get it up the bulk. We're not going to leave a potting position on, that's for sure. But we are 29 ahead with 35 on. This is very close to us securing the match. And he's left a half chance. And I think we might as well just give it a sniff. Pot this. And it's game over. And it's there. Well, it's not all over yet, necessarily.
Any ideas his opponent may have of a comeback.
You know, we get all the plaudits, yay, you know, we should be okay, but it doesn't necessarily mean game over. We've been in this position before, and we've lost the frame. I can't remember which match it was in. Was it against, I think it was against Ronnie, wasn't it? Yeah, where we'd practically got through and then made a cock up at some point. That's it. We had snookers required, got ourselves into a snooker, and gave him the frame.
7.
So let's just make sure we pot the colours before we say anything out of turn. I think this should be secured now. And, you know, as I said, I think a scoreline of 6-3 flatters us massively. Really does. But we need to work on our game, particularly shots like that. That hadn't got enough pace because of the backspin. I think it would have been okay to pot, but I think John Higgins will indeed shake our hand now. And honestly, how we've got through that with a victory of 6 frames to 3, winning that session 4 frames to 1, I'll never know. But sometimes you just have to take the rough with the smooth, and we've done it. We have beaten John Higgins in this second round of the Shanghai Masters by 6 frames to 3, and we progress now to the third round, the last 8, the quarter-final. And who's it going to be in there? Mark Selby. The challenge does not get any easier. The man that we faced off against in the Season 2 final of this event. And that is going to be very tough. Another best of 11, and the episodes will be on Wednesday and on Saturday. You'll be able to see the first 4 frames of that match on Wednesday and the final 7 in Saturday's episode. If you've enjoyed that, make sure to leave a like down below, comment your thoughts as well, and subscribe for regular Snooker 19 content on a Monday, Wednesday and on a Saturday. Thank you so much for your company today, folks, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye for now.